Okay, let's go ahead and warm up. Then we'll go through Kihon again. And at the end, I'll pick a few different techniques to go over the details. Today we are going to work on those short punches that I talked about last week. And then we're also going to take a look at Shuto, the knife hand, so that you can learn the detail on that and improve that. That's a really great technique. So we'll go ahead and focus on that. But let's go ahead and warm up. Okay? 25 jumping jacks. Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Alright, let's go ahead and stretch out to your right. And straighten that front leg, reach over. Over to your left. Straighten that leg, reach over. Let's go ahead and stretch to the middle. Like a sumo wrestler. Sorry, I just watched a thing about a guy who's traveling through Japan, and he goes to a sumo dojo, and he doesn't actually take part, but his guide gets thrown around by the sumo wrestlers, so that's kind of funny. Alright, stretch our arms across your body. Don't forget to stretch your wrists out a little bit while you're here. Rotate. Someday when we're back together, we'll learn some about wrists and self-defense techniques. Using that. Other side. And again, stretch that wrist out. Twist it. Reach up over your head. Other side. Alright. So go ahead and, again, pause the video, take some extra time to stretch if you feel like you need it. Also, do push-ups or crunches, or both. I can't really demonstrate those because you wouldn't really see me, so, but feel free to do those. And we'll get on with Kihon. Migi, Sanchindashi. Kame. Ageyuke, upper block. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Shunarike, middle block position, kame. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Jogi-uke, lower middle block position, kame. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Nolte. Migi, shikadashi, geidan barai. It's our regular middle block. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Haraya Tushiuke. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Nolte. Hidari, left side, Sachinashi. Kame. Siken. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Ni siken. Ni is 2. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. San siken. Cadence 1, 1, 2. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. San siken, cadence 1, 2, 1. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Udoken position. Udoken is a back fist that comes down to the front. So Udoken position, kame. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Uda uchi. Kame. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Hara uchi position. Kame. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Furdy uchi position. Kame. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Shuto uchi position. It's the famous karate chop or knife hand. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Nolte. Hirari, shikodashi. Kame. Starsky punch, short punch. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Tate, which means standing. Tate Kenzuki. Standing fist. Ich, ni, San, Chi, go. Nolte. Heikodachi position. Kame. Kingari, front instep kick. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Maigeri, front thrusting kick. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Kansetsugeri, knee joint kick. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Mawashi geri, it's a roundhouse kick. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Yokogeri, side kick. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Ushirogeri, back kick. Ich, ni, san, chi, go. Nolte. Kyosuke. Ready. Nice. Shake it out. So we've run through Kihon. As I said, we're going to focus in on those short punches and take a look at those, and then we're going to look at Shuto. I'm going to give that some time because, like I say, it is it's a different kind of technique from punches or anything like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at those punches. I'm not going to get into horse stance because then I'd be kind of low. I'm actually going to come a little closer to the camera so you can kind of see. So again, we have our fists. They're in chamber. So the first one is the Staski punch, which is not like Stashki and Hutch. That's different. Staski is a short punch. Goju-ryu is considered a close-in martial art. So a lot of the things that we have, a lot of our blocks and things like that are for fighting close in. So Staski punch goes right along that philosophy. So you have your fists, you're in chamber, and you come out, your fist actually just comes out like, probably take your elbow up to about your ribs. And that fist comes out and stops right there. And that's your Staski punch. It's basically, you're obviously very close to whatever you're striking. And you keep that power by not turning the fist over because, again, it's short range. I almost sometimes think of it as if you're doing just part of a regular punch. So it comes out to here, okay? And stops there. And then the next one is Tate Kenzuki. Tate is actually the word for standing. And so it's a standing fist. So standing fist comes out a little further and turns over like that. So your knuckles are aligned like that. So I almost think of it as there's part one of the punch, part two of the punch, and then you finish would be the whole punch. So that's kind of the way I think of it. But let's go ahead and practice some of those Staski punches. So again, your elbow's going to come just about to your rib cage, and then that punch just sits right there. So you can also almost imagine, you know, having the striking pad almost right on top of your chest, punching out into it. So, all right. So, roll up your fists, and Stasi. Each. I'm gonna go slow a few. Knee, san, chi. And again, you get your hip into it. So, ich, ni, san, chi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. So you got that nice short punch, almost like I say, someone is right here, right on you. So then with the tate pins, you get a standing punch. It goes out just a little bit further. So maybe that elbow comes to sort of the front of the rib cage as opposed to the back of it. So instead of here, you're out maybe here. Okay? And then that fist comes over and stands upright. Now if you notice, as far as a target area, these would line up very well with these, wouldn't they? With your ribs. So you can almost think that might be the target. It's actually, you know, even height-wise, that's sort of where it lines up. So let's go ahead and do some of those slow. Each, knee, san, chi, and again, when you do speed and power, you can get that hip into it. So each, knee, san, chi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Okay. Now, just a quick example of what a Stasi, that short punch, would look like in a kata. Actually, is the most recent kata I'm working on. Actually has a section where you do almost like a press block, and then at the same time you're kind of pulling that Stasi out. So let's say we end up with middle kick, and then that punch. So sorry, I'd have to go through the whole thing anyway. But that Stasi is actually used in kata, and again, you think about the applications of everything. That's really, you know, it's almost where I can't wait to get there with you guys. I can't wait to be teaching you full katas and katas with interesting techniques in them, and you know, techniques put together in interesting ways. So, and what we'll do, you know, once we're all back together, what we can do is I can pull pieces of katas that are advanced for you. You know, you're maybe not learning the whole kata yet, but we'll take out a piece that has techniques you know, and kind of look at the applications of it. So, I don't know, it's fun. That's where it's fun. So, yeah, so we have Stasi punches, and then the Tate Kinzuki. Tsuki, T-S-U-K-I, Tsuki. So, Stasi, anything like that, anything like a punch, this is Seiken, which is a full punch, Seiken Zuki, Tate Kinzuki. So, now, Shuto, which is the next thing we're going to work on, is Uchi. So, Hara Uchi, remember we were talking about those back fists last week? Again, it's a round, circular-ish technique. Shuto Uchi is the same thing, Shuto Uchi. So you have your open hand. Let's take a look at the hands particularly. Again, I'll come in kind of close. Very important that you keep all your fingers together tight, and then that thumb is folded in, okay? And the reason for that is, again, you don't want to hurt yourself. So if your fingers are loose, then when you strike, your hand is loose. And there is actually some use for that, but not when you're striking with the knife hand. Shuto Uchi means knife hand. Shuto, knife hand strike. So when you're striking with that, you want your fingers tight so that your hand is solid, And then, believe it or not, you can almost feel it if you do it. Clicking your thumb in almost kind of locks it all up even more. So if your thumb's out here, first of all, you can break your thumb, which is no fun. But also, it actually, your hand is loose, really, until you latch in that final digit, so to speak, and click it all together. Okay. So when you strike, you're almost going to be in like a middle block position. You've got kind of a 90-degree bend here, and your hand is straight. Okay. And then this hand is going to come back to chamber, but it's going to stay open. It's going to stay in the Shuto position. Okay. So I'm going to do it from the side, so you can see how that looks anyway. Okay, so hand open in chamber, and this hand is a 90 degree, and you want the target, suppose it is the neck, so you want it about that height. Okay, so again, anytime we do any of these techniques, remember you're not practicing at home, you're not fooling around with your brothers and sisters, or this is all self-defense, and we work on it in the dojo. So, okay. So, in order to do the strike, come up almost to your ear, almost like a salute, and then swing it out, and as that's swinging out, this one's coming back to chamber. Okay. Up. And see where that roundness comes in, that round part of the strike? Up. And it comes in around. So let's do some of those. Each. Knee. San. Chi. Go. Okay, and again, work in those hips when you do speed and power. So each, knee, san, chi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju. Okay, so that's your Shuto Uchi, the famous karate chop that everybody, you see in movies and comedies and TV shows and stuff. That's the actual way it's done. So yeah, those are the techniques we're honing in on today. I did start online classes with one student this week. I have new student, or more students I should say, starting next week. I know that some of you have schedules that are kind of crazy. So hopefully putting these videos up every week are something that you can look at your convenience and basically have kind of a class whenever you can fit it in. And possibly, I don't know, you're watching me do karate at like 4 or 5 in the morning, which would be kind of neat. It's about the only way I'm going to get up at 4 or 5 in the morning and be doing karate, I'll tell you that. Anyhow, yeah, so hopefully these videos are helpful for people who aren't able to work in online classes yet. I know, like I said, I have some students starting online classes next week, which I'm really excited about. And I did start with some students this week, which seemed to go really well. So looking forward to all of those next week. I'm really looking forward to, again, when we can all get back together. So that's really when it's going to be really great for all of us. So I think that's all for this week. Have a great week, and hopefully we'll all talk soon. Take care.